King of Fomo.
What's up, everybody? King of Fomo here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. Today we're going to talk about three different platforms, those being Polygon6D, Bitnest, and PopMax. I'm also going to give you guys some details on why I decided not to join PopMax, and I'm going to answer some questions that people have been asking me about Polygon6D, etc. So we're going to start with Polygon6D. This one is currently sitting at a total value lock of $36 million. I think my last video it was at $24 million, so it is currently growing. Now, one of the things that people were asking me on my Telegram chat was, where is the smart contract in this thing? So I gotta admit, guys, like I said, I've been out of the game for the past short of 2 years looking at smart contracts. So I don't have the best way of looking at it, but they do have an open source audit right here. If you are more versed at looking at smart contracts than me, you can click on that and scan through the files and see if there is good enough smart contract stuff there for you. Now, just because I'm not going super deep into this is the reason why I'm not looking into it super deep, but it is there if you guys want to check it out. And one of the things somebody mentioned was that Bitnest, which is a very similar platform, has its smart contracts open source. So same deal here. They both link you to a GitHub with lots of different contract pages. So again, the information that you need is going to be right there. So the next thing I want to kind of get hit on is how have I been doing in this platform? So again, we just did a simple deposit. This was sort of my dipping my toes in the water as I'm coming back into this space. But we can see here that my Polygon6D staking order did pay out in full. Both of them did. My little test for 1 day paid out, and my other one, my $200 deposit, did pay out $220 to my wallet. That did hit my wallet 7 days later, actually as advertised a few days ago on the 4th of July. So again, the plans for Polygon6D, if you want to check it out for yourself, is you have 3 plans in this one. So 1 day for 1% on top of what you put in, 7 days for 10% on top of what you put in, or 15 days for 30% on top of what you put in. So go ahead and check that out if you guys are interested in that. And if you guys want to hear more about it, I can dig a little deeper into Polygon6D. There's not too many people talking about it. So next is Bitnest. So Bitnest, again, very similar platform. I think a little less aggressive. So for 14 days, you get 20%. For 7 days, you get, how much for 7 days? 4%. And then for 1 day, you get 0.4%. So, and for 28 days, you get more than that. You get 24%. So similar platform, similar aggressive style. The 28 days is the most aggressive, but I did put in the same amount here, $200. Going to get 220 out. This was the 14-day duration, and my expiration date is coming up in 2 days and 19 hours. So I'm looking forward to that. And again, I haven't really decided if I'm going to jump a little bit deeper into this. I think what I want to do with Bitnest, and hopefully Polygon6D is a little bit harder because it's less known, at least in the United States or in English-speaking countries. But with Bitnest, I'm going to go ahead and check out that chat and see what's going on over there to see if people are still hyped about it. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is PopMax. I've been looking at PopMax for a good week and a half, really just scratching my head saying, do I want to get involved in this? So PopMax is sort of the next big platform. If you think back to the days of like Cash FX Group and all that stuff with your big team building and everything like that, it's one of those things, and it's working really well in the Asian markets, and that's sort of the reason why I'm staying out of it for now. I was gonna do a 10K deposit into here, and then I looked a little bit deeper into it, and I said, you know what, no thank you. But let's just go ahead and take a look at the plans here. You have, again, your little test amount days, 10 days for 0.4%, all the way up to 360 days for 1%. Now, that isn't 1% in 360 days. That is 1% daily for 360 days. So that means you're going to get a total of 360% paid out to you, plus another 100% back, because you get whatever you put in back at the end of your 360-day period. So this is one of the most aggressive dApps out there. It is a smart contract, and it is unique. Like I'm going to say a lot of positive things about it, but definitely stick around to the end of the video, because there is a reason why I'm not jumping into it too hard. I might put in a little still, but just not as much as I was originally anticipating. But really aggressive, right? 460% in 360 days is a no-brainer for a lot of people. And the way that it works is pretty unique. you buy the PPUSD tokens, and then they're paying you out in PPUSD, which you can convert to PPT, which you can sell for USDT. So it's interestingly kind of put together so that it's not really breaking any major laws, or so a lot of red flags aren't coming up because they're using their own token and they have their own infrastructure in this system. They're also doing a lot of other things on the sideline beyond just this 1% daily, which is a green flag for me. They're doing things with NFTs, they're doing things with their own social media network, and they're selling products, and they're also launching their own exchange. And all that's supposed to tie into this PPT token. The PPT is actually a token that's on CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap, so you can look up the value of the PPT token and how it's changed over the past year. Yes, you heard that right. It's been around for about a year. So again, all green flags. Now, the biggest red flag for me, we're going to go ahead and check this out. If I go to CoinGecko, and we're going to see if we can find the PPT token. I'm going to have to go to CoinMarketCap. So here's PPT, the POP token. And this is the main reason why I decided, I'm going to kind of stick out of this. So if you go over to the markets and you see where this thing is being traded, it's being traded in 6 places, right? 6 different places. And unfortunately, this is one of the reasons why I stayed out of a lot of other platforms in the past 2 years. But for the United States, you just can't go on any exchanges, right? You're completely barred if you are in the United States or you're using United States IP address. So it's just not possible to trade certain tokens, and the PPT is one of them, right? So PPT is on BitGet, Gate, Bybit, MEXC, and Merdex. Again, I'm just assuming all of those exchanges do not operate for United States citizens. The only exchange that it is available on is PancakeSwap, and that is a decentralized exchange, so you will be able to use that without any issues. But the problem with that is the depth, the amount of volume that it has is incredibly low. So only $192,000 of volume in 24 hours. You can see that the price is a little different, right? 38 cents as opposed to 39 cents on the other exchanges. And the spread is pretty bad too, right? That means this 2% depth means that if you buy $651 worth of PPT tokens, then the price is going to go up 2%. And same if you sell 649 tokens, the price is going to go down 2%. So you really can't have that big of an impact, especially if this thing starts getting really, really popular and you start making a lot from it. You're just not going to be able to sell those PPT tokens very easily on PancakeSwap. It's a lot easier on a centralized exchange, which is impossible to do if you are a United States citizen. So that is the reason why I have skipped out on PopMax. Again, I might put in a little bit, a couple $100, just to kind of, that way I'm not going to be affected by this spread too much. If you're selling $10, $20 of tokens a day, it's not going to affect you that much. But in reality, again, if you're in the United States, you really can't move big amounts of PPT around. And that's the main currency of the platform, right? Let's just say that you start being very successful with this. You're getting 1% a day. You put in 10, 15, 50K, and you're getting back $300 or $1,000 a day. You can't really sell those tokens, especially if you're holding them for a bigger price. You can't really sell those tokens without really just crushing the value of what you're selling. So that's the reason why I skipped out on PopMax. And again, there's a few other reasons. Maybe I can make a separate PopMax video. They are an Asian-focused market. And from the interviews that I have watched with them, people have been sort of hinting at, hey, are you going to support the United States? And essentially what they're saying, they're not saying no outright, but they're sort of dancing around the issue and saying, yeah, no, we're not really going to do much with the United States because they're difficult to deal with, which is true. And they're going to focus on the Asian markets. That's what I'm gathering from PopMax. And that, again, that's a smart thing to do because it's really, really hard to get regulatory clarity and the green go ahead from the US. So most of these crypto companies will skip out on them, and they're not going to bother dealing with or helping people in the United States. So that's my thoughts on that. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any other platforms, definitely shoot me a comment in my Telegram. I'm actually going to change my Telegram link so it links you to my the actual chat. It's been linking to my announcements, which just links to all my videos. So I'm going to send you guys to the chat. If you click on that link below, it's kingfomo.com/TG. Or if you want to check out Bitnest, I might do an update video about this, doing a deeper dive into it if I really like what I'm seeing. If you want to do a deposit in that, the links for Bitnest and Polygon6D are below as well. That is everything for today, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.